Hello everyone, Dr. Lisa Thompson here, the Digital Marketing Doctor, and we're continuing our discussion on how to generate 2 to 3 leads per day using Google+. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can make some connections with people. Now, we've already talked earlier about how we set up our Google Plus profile page and our Google page, and how we spent a lot of time crafting your story, getting the right images on your pages, and that is really important because you have to really understand, guys, Google Plus or Facebook or MySpace or YouTube, they are all your first point of contact with your customer. And the goal is you want them to spend time on your profile page. The longer they spend time on your profile page, the chances are you're going to make a really good positive connection and a very high quality lead. Okay? You know, be true to who you are. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Make your story compelling. Everybody has a really good compelling story. And you know, there's a point where, you know, how much is too much, that's up to your best judgment. You know, for me, I'm not going to reveal, you know, like my place of work or what I, you know, do in my professional life. I'll leave that kind of hidden, but what I'm doing with my online marketing, I will be very open with that. And I'll be open with what I like and what I dislike. So be very important with that. You know, people are very visual, so you want to use good judgment. Don't be posting pictures of you at happy hour having a little bit too much to drink or doing some, you know, some shenanigans. Exercise good judgment, okay? You don't want to give people mixed messages. If you're looking, if you look at some of the most successful internet marketers, yes, they, you know, you've probably been to conferences or seminars or trainings where they've gone out and had happy hour, and you know they really can know how to enjoy themselves, but you never see them posting pictures like that online. Why? Because they want to show and convey a professional image. Okay, there's a time and place for having pictures versus having a professional fan page, both personal and professional. And it's really important that, and that's why we want you to have a, you know, your profile page separate from your professional page. And that's why in Facebook you want to have, you know, like your Facebook friend, you know, your original Facebook profile page, and then you have like your business fan page so that people can connect with you there, because you want to show that professionalism and you want to know that you are sincere in helping people succeed and help them solve their problems, as well as provide tremendous value. So you're going to let people know that you're on Google+. How are you going to do that? Well, once you get done making your Google+ pages and profiles, share them. You can share them. You can go to your Twitter account and say, hey, I just updated my Google Plus page. Can you come on over and give me a +1? Can I get a +1 from you or feedback? That would be great. Then just make sure you use the URL shorteners like bit.ly, and you can get your link shortened and you are good to go. You can also share it on Twitter. Or not Twitter, but Facebook. You can share it, you know, on Google Plus, of course, especially if you're done making a Google Plus page and you want to go into Google Communities and you're networking with people saying, hey, I need some feedback on how my page looks. Can you take a look? That's also a real nice way to do it. We also talked about in 2 previous videos how to add a Google Plus badge to your WordPress blog or website. Very, very powerful. It's another great way to let people know that you are on Google Plus. And also using the G+.to. Okay, the G+to.to is really great because it takes that long number that distinguishes your Google Plus profile, and you can turn that into what your brand is. And like, for example, for me, you know, my Facebook page is called The Digital Marketing Doctor. My Google Plus page is The Digital Marketing Doctor. So I created my little shortener here to be Google, saying that as well, gplus.to/digital marketing doctor. And people can find me that way. Now, as far as for other content, now everyone thinks that, okay, now I've got a really good page set up and my profile set up, I'll just start promoting all my opportunity links. Not a good plan. You want to add value. Now, there's many different ways to add value, and one of the ways is to have something that solves a problem in your niche. It could be something that, you know, you wrote a blog post about, and you want to share that with people. Now, what's really cool is that there are services right now. If you wrote up a blog like ping.fm and you signed up for that free service, you could list all your social media accounts there, and then when you log in, you can just put, you know, a little blurb in your link about, you know, what your blog is, and it will send it out to those social media sites. That's a very, very slick tool. You can also, you could be maybe out, you know, you could be reading something on someone else's blog post or watch someone else do a video or a training, and you can share that. One of my absolute favorite places to get content, and I highly, highly, highly recommend everybody does this, is be part of Mashable.com. And let's go visit Mashable right now. So I'm just going to pause this video. Okay, here we are. We're at the Mashable website. Now, I love Mashable because it has so many different things and interesting topics that you can just show and share with people. And they cover so many things, like things in social media like Facebook, Google Plus, how to Twitter, YouTube. You can look here like this whole thing with right now prisms be this hot topic in the news. So if you wanted to share some current events, here, how to start freelancing with no experience. And they have other ones down here with the Bubble Pod, current events. They have a whole bunch of really nice stuff. And I always am looking at adding some stuff with Mashable, and it tends that I get a lot of shares. People share my stuff when I do share and put things from Mashable. So one thing I like to look at up here is if I come up here to video, that's just kind of a real nice where you can look at the different channels. I like doing the water cooler because there's always good topics there. And I'll kind of tell you what are the popular shares going right now, so you can kind of share that. Oh, 100-year-old woman base jumps like a boss. So you could maybe share something like that. So you can share some of the hottest information. And you can get some viral videos. This is one of my favorites here, the Toy Critic Pug. And I really think that one is just a riot. Just a riot. So here's what you can do, is I like to subscribe to Mashable, and all you have to do is if you come up here and they say subscriptions, I like to get mine via email, and then it just comes to my box and then I can look at it and I've got it. Now you can also do, you can connect on Facebook, you can do the other social media, but I highly recommend make Mashable one of, you know, it's the easiest stuff to share. It's very familiar, and you'll get a lot of engagement from people because, you know, you're sharing things that, you know, you might have in common with others. So I highly recommend Mashable. So I'm just going to pause the video. Okay, I'm back, and now we're back to our main page here. And like we were talking about, another great way to share content are things that are funny. So if you find those animal memes, those are, if you look at the example I'm going to give you right now is Grumpy Cat. I bet many of you have seen Grumpy Cat either on Twitter, Facebook, or even Google Plus, and it's also very, very popular on Pinterest as well. And those are other really great images that tend to go viral. So share videos, share those pictures, share good content. Again, keep it where it's not borderline offensive. Don't get too graphic. Don't get too controversial. Some people will say, well, that's good because you can really stir up a good dialogue, but again, use your best judgment at all times. Now, the one more thing I want to show you here is Google Communities, so I'm going to pause the video. Okay, here I am at my Google page, and I'm going to show you Google Communities. So I'm going to click here, and what Google Communities is you can find communities that you can join that will that you can find people to connect with and share with, and you could maybe find potential leads. Now I'm going to just show you what I mean with being careful with your communities. Now some you have to ask to join the community, but they're always going to have rules and regulations. And in this particular rules here is that, look here, please no recruiting or posting sites to links to your MLL company here. No capture pages or offers, you will be banned. So, you know, really follow the rules that you have. And I know here, with this particular group, they just want you, if you have good content from your blog, just copy and paste your blog content and put it there. Don't use any links. So you have to be really careful with your communities. There are some, and I'll show you what I mean, that there are some people in some of these network marketing who will, you know, they're going to sit there and they're going to keep, not here so much, but a lot of them, look, sometimes people will, you know, put things in here where they might put good content, or they'll do some soft promotion of their site. But what I would suggest you do when you're going into a community, you know, introduce yourself, say, hey, I'm new. Thank you for adding me. I look forward to interacting with you all. And then just start sharing things of value and how and what strengths you have and how you bring them to the table. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is the use of hashtags in your Google Plus posts. So what that does is it's going to appear in the What's Hot. Now, Google uses the hashtags, and this is probably similar if you're on Twitter and you see hashtags, and that just usually means trending topics. Okay, so as you can see here, what's happening here, people can see what is all big, you know, things that are kind of holding, what are being talked about now. And you can see here we got quite a few things that are hot topics. And what you do is, you can see here with the little hashtags, when you put when you're writing up a post and then you type in your hashtag, and if you're the real smart, savvy person that knows about keyword research and SEO, you put your keyword there as your hashtag, Google's going to index that. And you're going to wind up getting a higher ranking, you know, your posts in that are going to get a shot at getting ranked in the Google search engines. Because you got to remember, because this is with Google, it's Google's platform, Google's going to wind up indexing everything you put on there. So that's just another way to generate more leads and get your message out, because if people are over here and, you know, you're typing in what's hot, people will, you know, if you typed in, let's see, if we did a what's hot, if we did hashtag MLM, let's do a load on that, and look at here. So up here you can say everything, people and places, communities, Google Plus posts, you can see things more, You can also find leads too by going to Hangouts. That is becoming kind of one of the biggest ways to connect with people. So there's nothing there now with Hangouts, but if I went over here, I'm just gonna bring my thing there, and I come to Hangouts on Air, you can look and find when people are doing Hangouts. And there will be people who will be doing any type of live hangout, and you can probably ask to join that hangout and have a conversation. So you can see a lot of good places to find good content and connect with others. So this concludes this video segment, and in the next video I am going to show you a really awesome feature in Google+. And this thing, if you do this right, you're going to wind up having more leads come to you, where people are going to be giving you leads rather than you always looking for them. It's a very, very powerful technique, and I will teach that to you in the next video.